Today I'm gonna have the talk with you. When the real estate market in Toronto crashes, how much correction should you expect? Hey everyone, this is Ari Armani, Toronto real estate agent, and today we are going to have the talk. In case of the crash in Toronto real estate market, how much correction should you expect? If you have watched my previous video, you know that I talked about the impacts that the interest rate increase is gonna have on Toronto real estate market. And also here I would like to add that by January 2023, I predict, which it might be wrong, I don't know, I don't have a crystal ball, but by looking at the history, in my opinion, we are not going to have more than 0.75% up to 1.25% interest rate increases. So basically, January 2023, interest rate should be between 0.75 to 1.25. Let's see. I'm going to leave this video on YouTube, so we are going to see that if I'm right or if I'm wrong. So overall, I don't see too many interest rate increases, and as a result of that, I don't see a huge impact in Toronto, basically in Toronto's real estate market. However, as I had predicted before, the suburbs market are going to be impacted a lot. The city of Toronto proper, or you might call it 416, is not going to be impacted as much, but the safest bet in my opinion would be downtown Toronto, condo market, and central Toronto and areas around central Toronto. So now I'm going to tell you how much crash or how much correction you should expect when the market crashes in Toronto. Before telling you my bottom prediction about Toronto real estate market, I want to clarify some points. One is that this is not financial advice. This video is not financial advice by any means. And the second point is that I don't have a crystal ball. I just have over 10 years experience in this field, and I'm a very active agent in Toronto real estate market. The third point is that my risk tolerance is different than yours. So if I call a bottom and get into the market and then the market goes south, I know what to do with my investment. For example, I bought a property 3 months into the COVID lockdown when everybody was running away. I bought a property. So as you can see, my risk tolerance for calling the bottoms are different than yours. With all that being said, I'm gonna tell you about my predictions. First, how much you should expect, or how much I would expect interest rate hikes would be by 2023, and what would be the correction in the crash in Toronto real estate market. First of all, as I mentioned earlier, by January 2023, I expect the interest rate, the overnight lending rate basically, to be between 0.75% to 1.25%. If you want to know how I came up with that number, you can take a look at my last video, which I talked about the impacts of interest rate on Toronto real estate market. And my second prediction is the amount of correction that I would expect in a crash in Toronto real estate market. Here I would like to clarify that the number that I'm going to talk to you about is the GTA's average home prices. So if we remove the suburbs from the number, the price action in Toronto, in the city of Toronto, would be much less. So that means that I expect less correction to be happening in the city of Toronto and more correction to be happening outside of Toronto. So the number that I'm going to talk to you about is an approximate number for the whole GTA. Before going forward, I would like to point two videos where I call the top in Toronto real estate market, the video that I had last month before everybody else, at least before any real estate agents in Toronto that I follow in social media, that I called the top. And the second video that I would like to share with you is where I called the bottom in the condo market in Toronto. We can take a look at them real quick. In the next month or two, you're gonna see many sellers who are thinking that this is gonna be a top for Toronto real estate market are gonna decide to put their houses and condos on the market. So the result would be that in the next month or two, you're gonna see more supply and more inventory coming to the market. So this was where I called the top in Toronto real estate market last month, and I said, hey buyers, you're gonna have more opportunities in the next month or two. Basically in March and April onward, you're gonna have more opportunities. However, based on the history that we have in Toronto real estate market, that window of opportunity for the buyers is not gonna last long. So it's gonna be a few months. It depends on your local market. For example, if you're in the suburb, it's gonna be like Q2, Q3, Q4 2022, or might go to 2023. But in the city of Toronto, downtown condos, central Toronto, it might be a few months in Q2 and Q3 2022. So the next video is where I called the bottom in the condo market in Toronto. December and January, of course, will be slower as before, but the overall market will be moving up. So if you're a buyer, you can use this window of opportunity to your benefit. If you're out there looking for a condo deal, I think the window of opportunity that you have will be open for another few months, but not forever. All right, I'm gonna say that, okay, I called the top and bottom, but this video is not financial advice, and I don't have a crystal ball. It might be wrong, it might be right, I don't know. Time will tell. Next year, same time, we are gonna take a look at this video and see what what would happen? Let's take a look at the numbers. All right, as you can see in this chart, the average home price in Toronto in December has been 1.157, in January it has been 1.242, and in February it has been 1.33. The last 3 months, which was December, January, and February, were outliers, and based on my analysis of the market, we are going to have a correction. And in the correction that's going to happen in the GTA, again, this is not about Toronto proper, this is the whole GTA. So in Toronto we are not going to have that much correction, but in the suburbs we are going to have much more corrections. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to talk about the average GTA only. If you need more data about your market, you can book an appointment with me later on. So now I'm going to tell you the best case scenario would be 12-month EMA, and the worst case scenario is going to be 21 months SMA. So if you're wondering what is EMA, EMA means exponential moving average, and SMA means simple moving average. So the best case scenario, the correction would retrace the prices to $1.15 million, and in the worst case scenario, the prices are going to retrace to slightly over $1 million. Based on what I see, I would assume that the $1.1 million has become a solid support for Toronto real estate prices. However, it might even retrace down, but in no scenario I see that the average home price in Toronto falls below $1 million. So let's look at the numbers again. The best case scenario would be $1.15 million, and the worst case scenario is going to be $1,040,000. So that's the amount of retrace that I think we are going to have in order to correct the Toronto real estate market to a healthy level. So I'm going to wrap up this video so quickly. If you are a buyer out there, you're going to have more opportunities in the next few months to come, but that window of opportunity is not going to last forever. I can explain to you why it's not going to last forever, and the prices in the long term are going to go up, but that's going to be a lot for this video. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If this video brought any value to you, please share it with your friends and subscribe to my channels. If you need to book a consultation meeting with me, you can contact me using the link below this video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.